Here we have a basics guide to electricity in Alpha 19. This is going to be a long one, but this is everything you need to know besides like how to work power doors and drawbridges, motion sensors, things like that. Let's put in the 15 minutes and then you're going to understand electrical. It took me a lot longer because I watched a lot of videos from different people and had to string them all together because they make videos that are 5 minutes long because they are worried about what's popular. Today we're doing a little introduction to electricity in 7 Days to Die. First thing we're going to talk about is the battery pack. If you don't have a battery pack, you're going to have your electricity source, your generator, running all the time. And if your generator ever runs out of gas, then your system is going to stop. All your lights are going to cut off. Your guns are going to stop working. And your generator is probably going to put out more watts than your system needs. So say your system needs 100 watts and your generator puts out 300 watts like this one does, then that's 200 watts being wasted all the time. When you have a battery pack, the battery pack only puts out the watts your system needs. Like this system needs 96 watts. So the battery pack puts out 96 watts at a time, and that's it. You can see these batteries getting depleted because I don't have it being charged at this time. This one's all the way gone, this one's about halfway gone, and these are all the way full. See, I have it set up so this battery pack is powering this light right here. So if I'm ever walking by and I look over here and I see this light bulb is off, I know that this battery pack is drained. So I would come over here and turn this generator on, and then this light would come on, and then I know that this would be getting powered. Now ideally you only want to put like 150, 200 units of gas in that generator, and so you can walk away. If you put like 10,000 in there, then it's going to run and run and run. Even it doesn't care if it's charged the batteries or not, the generator is just going to keep running. Gas is not that expensive, but it's, you know, it's wasteful, and every little bit adds up. Alright, you can tell how many watts something puts out by having the wire tools in your hand and looking at them. The switch is 1, the light bulb is 5, each one of those guns is 15. Alright, now your battery pack doesn't handle the load when your power source is running, whether it's a generator or solar. Now if it's a generator, that's kind of good because your generator is probably going to have more of a capacity than your battery pack. If it's solar, it's bad because your solar bank is going to have less capacity than your battery pack. When I turn this off, you see when this is on, it's running the 106 watts. You can see the load is here. I turn it off and the load disappears, and the load is here. You can see how many watts are on your whole system from here. Personally, I don't go around counting them. The system has 96 watts. Now say you have some lights in a different area of your base, like upstairs I have farming, and I only go up there for farming, but I have lights up there, and when I go and farm I want to be able to see, so I turn the lights on by a switch. Now I don't want to drain the batteries when I'm up there, so I turn the lights off when I'm done farming. You see 6 watts, which is powering this light bulb and this switch. It's no longer powering all these guns. Now it is. So you can save electricity with things you don't need. Another basics you need to know is things will only take one parent connection. Like right now, there's a connection going to this battery pack from the generator. It will not take a connection from this solar to the connection from the generator, just disappears. And that's anything. See this light bulb getting a connection from the battery pack? If I try to come from this light bulb, it's not happening. The other one disappears. And you cannot daisy chain like the solar bank to the generator. The power source cannot have a parent connection. It just won't work. And this is a solar panel. Power source cannot have a parent connection. So not happening. Alright, one good thing about having solar, which is much harder to get, is that your batteries will be charged automatically. You don't have to keep hooking it up and unhooking it. One bad thing about it is your solar power is limited. You see, these are all 6, and the max output is 180 watts. Well, you see this battery pack is 270 watts. So whenever the solar power is on, whenever the sun is shining, then the system will only put out 180 watts, which is the max of a solar panel, and these are 38,000 a piece. Those little cells in here, and there's 6 of them, so that's like $200,000. Now I have my solar system set up to a battery, so set up to a timer relay, so it's only charging my batteries for 5 hours a day. Now you have to set that relay up so it cuts on and shuts off during the daylight, or it will make your system shut off. I have another video on that, on why it works that way and demonstrating that it works that way. It's really stupid, but that's just how it works. Now if you don't have a timer relay, you can set it up through a switch, but hands-off systems are the best. Okay, so moving on through electricity basics is things can have one parent connection, one connection going to them, but they can have multiple things going from them, up to 9, I believe it is. See how this relay has one going to the light bulb and another going to the switch. And these, like the one going from this gun, I can go to all kind of things from that. Now, if this gun gets destroyed, all the other guns aren't getting power. You see that 15 watts is in yellow, and it's only 6 watts getting pulled from this battery pack. So that's the bad thing about daisy chaining, but you can't help it. Because all your guns are not going to be setting up right here, and all your light bulbs are going to be strung across your base. So you're going to need to string them along. You're going to have to daisy chain them. You're not going to have any choice. They force you to do that. You see me connecting things with the right mouse button. I don't know how to do it with controllers. And then your right mouse on the thing you want to connect. And you can only do it from so far. Once you hook up and you move your feet, watch the wire. See, it's black. Once that wire turns red, you can't hook nothing up to it. You done went too far. But you can go back to where it's black and you can aim at something. See, it won't let me aim at that relay over there because it's too far. The wire is still black. Wire is still black. See, I can aim at this relay. It's close enough. And there you go. If you want to unhook something that is hooked to it, it will hook this to that. Pressing the left mouse button disconnects parent connections. I just hooked this relay to this switch. I want to unhook that parent connection, so I'm going to press the left mouse button. And now there's no power going to this switch. So I'll right mouse and right mouse to hook it back up. Let's say I want to get from this light bulb to this light bulb, and it's too far. It's not too far, I'm right here, but this is a demonstration. Alright, what you would do is put down a relay halfway in between or so. You'd string from that light bulb to the relay, and to the relay to the light bulb. You can also go from that relay to other electrical fixtures. If you're holding these wire connectors in your hand, that lets you know what direction power is flowing. That's not really important until your electricity starts getting complicated. So you pull them out and you can see that the power is coming in here and then going out all these other places. You see, you're starting to get in a spider web. And I got some bad news for you. When you put your wire cutters away, you can still see all your wires. They don't get in your way. You can walk right through them. You can't damage your wires, but you can still see them all over the place. You can hide your wires out of the way. For instance, this light bulb here that's letting me know the generator on. See, now I can only see a little bit of the wire, and it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing. But that cost, because each one of these relays you put in the system burn a watt. Now, a watt is not a lot, but when you got a base and you're running things all around and you try to hide each and every one of those wires, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a bunch of those relays just for hiding wires in no time. So you might have what they call in construction a chase. This is everything together so that you can understand it. Popular be damned. This is all a chase is right here. You have your electrical on the wall. This is the wall right here. And some of it's eaten away so you can see what's behind there. And you have your wire running from relay to relay behind there. And all these little panels are, I went to shape by holding R and I clicked on these wood plates, and then I held R to go to advanced rotation. And I just moved them around like that. Now I couldn't make this corner right here perfect because, well, you'll see when you do it. But anyway, it's either this imperfect corner, and the idea, you don't want to stand here staring at this chase. This is just something you're going to walk past. You're not going to stand here and look up at it and be like, man, that corner is not perfect. Okay, the only other thing you could do is make a second wall, like a utility walkway, where you can have your wiring back there. But when I build a base, I throw it up and I build a moat around it like this. So unless you're thinking about your second utility wall when that moat goes up, then it's you're gonna have problems, because then you got to come out past the moat and blah blah blah. And if you have a relay on the outside of the wall like that, maybe a cop will have a stray projectile. If you have the relay on the outside of your wall so it's not seen on the outside of your base, well, that's going to make the outside of your base look ugly. And also, what if there's a cop outside with a stray projectile who knocks that relay off, and you know, that relay is powering your guns, and it's horde night, and that stray cop projectile knocks your guns out because he hit that relay, and then the horde night ends up tearing your base down. You know, you don't want that happening. So if you really hate the look of wires, then a chase is what you want to do, I think. Or if you just want to, if your base is only one story, then it's easy. You throw a story on top for nothing, or an addict, and you just run all your wiring through the attic, and you have minimal coming through the ceiling. But me, I have a tower.